Now then, Trace. Looks like we need to bob back and grab the old ring from Renala's house once again. The Ring of Oath. Oh, we've discovered a new map. Isn't that lovely? Now, where are we? Here we are. We should probably spend some of these runes we've got as well, actually, whilst we're here. What stats do we need to wield the new sword that Ranu's going to give us? That's a question. One that I'm frantically Googling the answer for as we speak. 16 strength, 38 in. Is that right? Either way, we definitely need 16 strength for it. So let's bump up the old strength a bit. Now, whereabouts have we left our chest? Here it is. The old Darkmoon ring. So it's not described as a Ring of Oath here. It's just described as the Darkmoon ring. But yeah, in the description it does mention symbolic of a cold oath given by Ranni to her consort. Fair enough. I mean, we're just in it for the sword, really. We're just playing her. But she doesn't need to know that. You'd think she'd be a bit suspicious, what with this very Golden Order looking set of armour that we're wearing. But no. She hasn't got a clue what's happening. It's fine. I mean, she can still be our wife once we get the Golden Order ending on the go. I don't see why that couldn't work. Now, what sort of flask setup do we want? We've still got Dragon Knight Kristoff. Is he going to be any good against a dragon? One would expect the answer to be yes. I'm just wondering if we even need any blue flasks or if we're just going to hack away at his ankles. And how good's our sword? It's only +7. I'm kind of worried about this fight. Not going to lie. What have we got by way of runes that we could eat? So we could eat Renala's rune. We're probably not going to get the int for the star. Yeah, let's do it. Let's eat Renala's rune. No one tell Ranni. That gives us another level. And now we've got practically nothing to lose when we get bodied time and again by this dragon friend. Why did I get off my horse there? What was the point in that? I mean, it lets us get double swords in, but it also makes us very vulnerable to being set on fire. Maybe it's like Wes's fire giant fight, where we're just going to be getting on and off the horse repeatedly. I wasn't aware of the type of attack he was going for there. Assumed it was a breath attack. But no. Back on the old horse. Mind out for the trees falling down. Where is he? What's he doing over here? Yeah, you bugger off, dragon, you weirdo. Come on, Kristoff, back in the fight. Ah, now my control pad's playing up again. Yep, now it's not the time for the control pad to be deciding not to move forward. Well, that worked out. Torrent took the brunt of the attack for us. Not so much that time. Oh, jeez. He's got his own Darkmoon sword. Yeah. This has stopped going quite according to plan. No, we don't want Torrent back, we just want to avoid those flames. Now why are you up there? Awful bugger. I feel like that's the homing stars attack. Yep, I was trying to hide behind this building to avoid it. But that failed. Now I've got no idea what's going on. But whatever's going on, it's going kind of alright, although disagree with that one. I feel like we were well out of the way of that. And that, don't even know what that was. Yeah. It's all going a bit poorly now. Kind of hard to tell which attacks he's doing, so therefore it becomes impossible to deal with them. Because you can't see his bloody head at any point. Ah, jeez, how do we even survive that? I mean, we've lost this fight, but it's really not helping that the control pad is sometimes confusing forward roll with back step because it's not recognising my up pushes on the stick. It could have gone better, but it could have gone worse. Kristoff survived. I suppose we could always take a rain check on actually fighting the dragon and just wander past and have a chat with Our Lady. I assume that works just fine. Excuse me, dragon friend. Oh, at the very least it allows us to get another sight of grace. Hoover up all these starlight shards. Ranni. Looking fabulous as ever. I like a woman who takes matters into her own hands. Kind of curious as to why her two fingers aren't atop a divine tower like everyone else's. Why they are instead lurking beneath a cathedral. But I doubt we'll get any answers for that at any point. We'll just be taking that. So what stats are we looking at for the sword? Yeah, 16 strength as we thought. 38 int though. Madness. We've only got one of the greatsword. It requires int. So I guess the next goal is get another level. We've not been out to the mountaintops of the giants yet on Trace. Not even for a little look around. I guess that would also explain why our weapons aren't terribly leveled up right now. It's because we've not been out and snagged all the sweet smithing stones and whatnot that lurk beyond the Forbidden Lands. I really need to pull this controller apart at some point and give it a proper clean. Oh, that's nice of him. He's like, no, I'm not going up today. Made sure to jump off the elevator before it moved. And then threw himself down the hole. What a spoon. Now, what do you have to say for yourself, Scarab? You Somber 6, I forget. Ouch. Come back here. Yep, Somber 6. That'll come in handy for leveling our new sword at some point. Oh, look at all the stuttering we're doing. Bit of dust under the analog stick somehow. Bit of grime maybe. Alright, there's the Kindred. But I'm still not at the sight of grace, so if you'll excuse us for now, my friend. Sounds like he doesn't want to, really. But that's fine, we'll be back. We'll just spark this up. Right. You want to rumble, do you? Where have you gone? There he is. We will rumble with you momentarily. If you just allow me to summon my boy. Or not. That's fine. My boy. Yeah, that's a good start. Oh, Jesus. Quit with your nonsense. Let's get in the fight. Now then. Ouch. And ouch. Ah, jeez. Yeah, we've been on the back foot since this fight started. Ah, piss off. Yeah, Kristoff is a bit shite, really. Like, he's gone. Kristoff has disappeared. I'm pretty sure he wasn't killed. Fuck you. I think we just got too high up and therefore he despawned. Because the area is a bit finicky for summons around here. So I guess if you want a job done, do it yourself. Or fail to get it done. That's the other option. Are you just not going to get staggered? Fine, we'll just kill you without staggering you then, I guess. But yeah, there we go. That should give us the stats we need to use our shiny new blade. As long as we keep that trinket on. Now, there are other greatswords. Are there not? Which use int. We just don't have any of them. That's a shame. But how would we look for equip load if we were to go Dark Moon? That's heavy already. Yeah, we definitely need more equip load. We need a bigger arsenal charm. But yeah, this could be fun. But for now we'll stick with the weapons that we can actually use without fat roll. Because we also need to upgrade these buggers. But we also want a better arsenal charm. So maybe that's the thing we should be focusing on. Have we been to Shifra? Right, back once again at the old Giant's Forge. I worry that these end sessions might get a little samey, because everyone's going to have to go through Farum Azula at some point, but maybe I'll send some people to the other place first. The one that's not required for progress, but is also bloody difficult. We'll see how we get on. Now, do we have any crossbows about our person? We don't. Curious. We've got a longbow though. Yeah, that'll be fine for pulling. Because we're going to have to pull a bunch of enemies around this place to prevent them from swarming us, I feel. Now let's see how they stand up to double pickaxe. They don't like it. Good to know. They drop sanctuary stones, these buggers. Which is the rare drop from ruin fragments and whatnot. I wonder if that's lore significant. just have a quick look, shall we? Where do sanctuary stones live? Found near places where ruins have fallen from the sky, yeah. And this place is currently in the sky, so could be related. Yep. Figured a charged strong attack from one of these would also stagger the buggers. Could be a lot of crits today. Have we got that assassin's dagger that restores HP on crits? We have. Is that going to do more for us than restoring HP on defeating enemies? Could we combine the two? Could we replace our stamina recovery speed? Maybe. We'll stick with what we got for now. Although the sites of Grace are fairly generously spaced out from what I've seen in early Farum Azula, so yeah, maybe we'll be fine. Now, I wonder if we're going to end up cheesing this dragon. Bring some Ross arrows along or something like that. But I know it can fire into the room at the end there, so it would be cheesy indeed, but it could be done, perhaps. It was nice. A nice shiny that we missed. It's a smithing 8. Yeah, we didn't want to miss that. Although I feel by the time we can use smithing 8s, it'll be because we've picked up the bell bearing that gives us 7 and 8. And therefore, picking up 8s might not be that useful except to save us a handful of runes here and there. How much are you worth with your glowing eyes? 6,400. More than a lot of the earlier field bosses. Very nice. You, my friend. If you'd stop moving for a moment. Maybe you. Although, I don't even need to pull you with a bow, do I? Because you're just waltzing over anyway. Now your mate wants to go. Lovely stuff. What level's our ancestral follower? +5, jeez. Yeah, we should probably do something about that before we fight any more bosses. Now, is it Giant's Catacombs that gives us the number that we need? Well, the bell bearing that we need? Maybe. So yeah, maybe we'll detour to the Giant's Catacombs after we get the next site of Grace. Yeah, there's our great grave. That's going to help our ancestral follower get big and strong at some point. Now, is that the way to the site, Oh Grace? Yeah, looks like it. So we could, at this point, just jump down there. We don't need the Ancient Dragon's Prayer Book from the middle of this room. So we'll just do that, I think. Those lads look like they might want to ask us some questions. But that's them dealt with. And there's a Somber Stone that we don't need unless we change weapons again at some point. And I'm really quite enjoying these picks, so I don't know if that'll happen. Have we been to the Mount Top Catacombs already? Or did we just unlock it? Got Ghost 1, 2 and 3. We haven't got Grave. We haven't got Grave or Ghost 4, 5 or 6, so whichever one it is you get in the Giant's Mountain tops. We haven't got it.
You'd force this tired old crone to work, even now. Harder taskmaster have I never met.
Quit complaining. Do your job. Although, we don't actually need anything from you right now. I was just checking that you were still working. Yep. No new armor. Oh, we could get a Fellowman cloak. Is that the only piece of gear that Morgott drops? Looks like it. Slaughtered countless champions during the Shattering. He's become a horror to those who harbour ambitions for the Erdtree or for lordship. Well, he wasn't horrible enough to stop us.
Go forth. Do what you believe is right.
We shall. We shall do what we think is right and go to those catacombs. It shouldn't be too hard to tell if we've been here before, because we will see whether or not there's any loot to gather. Imp friends. We haven't got a shield handy for them, but we can probably one-shot the buggers with our big jumping attacks. Yes, we can. Good. Although, they can still bleed us, can't they? Terrible buggers. Yeah. There's loot. Grave 7. That's not a grave 6. Bloody hell. But that's fine. If we can get a 7, maybe an 8, maybe a 9 down here, then we can buy a 6 from the old thing, if I'm correct. From the old bell bearing. Yeah, none can stand before the might of jumping L1, followed by R1. They'll all pay. Well, that one nearly got us. Cheeky bugger. Little Diddy Pop. What are you doing in here by yourself? Now, this brings us up to the land squirts, doesn't it? Yes. So we'll just nip through here. More little pots. And then a big pot. Come on, big pot. We could just fight you fairly, but it's just more fun to trigger traps to hit you in the bum. I suppose we'll get the finishing blow and the glory that comes with it. Bit more Glovewort 7, I suppose that can't hurt. Down we go into phase 2 of the same thing.